Member for Berkeley.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I rise to speak in support of the Territory Coordinator Bill before us today. Madam Speaker, this is the most important piece of economic reform the Territory has seen in a decade. Today, listening to the members here in Parliament, interesting to hear the support on this side, but listening to some of the members on the other side, it was particularly interesting listening to... I constantly heard this question posed that people wanted to know what projects it would help. And, well, we only have to go back to the major projects list that was established under the Labor government, which had over a dozen major projects on that list for around about 8 years. So I think that answers the question, that we know that nearly all of those projects were never delivered. But also it was interesting to hear from the member for Johnston, the member for Guarjar, that couldn't remember discussing the Chandler mine during their scrutiny committee discussions. That was one particular project that was discussed, and what we do know is that project ended up moving towards Western Australia because they couldn't get the approvals that were needed to bring that project to fruition. So it seems to me, listening to Labor over the other side and listening to the member for Nightcliff, it seems that the member for Nightcliff is focused on doing nothing but opposing everything. The other members over there, what we heard from some of the Labor members, Madam Speaker, was that they were focused on attracting private investment, creating jobs and supporting economic development. I think even one of them spoke about growing the economy. They had 8 years to grow the economy but failed to do so. How can you grow the economy when you can't even grow a vine on a shadeless structure in Kavanagh Street? That's what Labor delivered over 8 years. They couldn't even grow a vine on a shadeless structure on Kavanagh Street. So it's a bit rich when you start talking about investment, jobs and growing the economy when you can't even grow a vine on a shade structure in Kavanagh Street. Madam Speaker, these Territory Coordinator laws will herald a new way of developing the Territory. It will give us the competitive edge against other states who have not undertaken the same level of reform that we have undertaken here in the Northern Territory. The Territory Coordinator signals to the world that we are a mature jurisdiction with the capacity and capability to play a major role in the advancement of energy security through our abundance of natural gas, mineral security through our land rich in mineral resources and rare earths, food security through our vast agricultural opportunities, and defence security through our strategic importance in the Indo-Pacific. Madam Speaker, I heard today the question about consultation. It was raised many times today. The consultation report for the draft bill was released back in February following 4 months of consultation. By the end of that consultation period, 321 participants had attended 6 community information forums across the Territory. There were 559 written submissions that had been received, and 89 meetings were held with 267 individuals representing various sectors. We heard from the member for Breitling that in fact similar legislation was tabled in this very House over 4 years ago and knocked back by the then government, being the Labor government. Madam Speaker, this extensive consultation that was undertaken highlights our government's commitment to creating a framework that is robust, inclusive and designed to deliver real results. We were the ones that introduced a scrutiny committee, Madam Speaker. This legislation was taken to the scrutiny committee, and I want to thank all of those that participated on that scrutiny committee. But again, a number of submissions were received through the scrutiny committee. This legislation has been scrutinised not only through public consultations, but it's been scrutinised through the scrutiny committee. That Scrutiny Committee report was tabled here in Parliament just this morning. That Scrutiny Committee, the amount of work that they've done is absolutely incredible. This is what the Scrutiny Committee was put in place to do, and that was to scrutinise legislation. It was the CLP that brought back the Scrutiny Committee, Madam Speaker, after Labor scrapped the Scrutiny Committee back in 2020. We brought back the Scrutiny Committee so that we could scrutinise legislation such as this legislation, the Territory Coordinator Bill. We've done that, we've delivered the report, we've done the consultation, and today we're here debating the Territory Coordinator Bill. This is a game-changing initiative for the Northern Territory, Madam Speaker. It cuts through red tape. It's about fast-tracking approvals and streamlining processes. This role will drive economic growth and position the Northern Territory as a leader in investment attraction. It's all about creating jobs, delivering results and ensuring the Territory remains competitive on both the national and global stage. We've listened to Territorians and the feedback has been instrumental in shaping a framework that balances economic progress with accountability. The message is clear. The Territory is open for business. The revised bill, I just wanted to talk about the bill because there was some questions raised about the Local Government Act being included in the schedule, and I just want to include this in the debate because it's very important, and the member for Gwaja, I think, raised a number of issues or concerns about the Local Government Act being included in the schedule. So I just want to address some of those points. Madam Speaker, all legislation was selected with the lens of its potential role to facilitate development of significant projects, programs of work or territory development areas. The Local Government Act 2019 plays an essential role in enabling development in local communities. Having the Local Government Act in the schedule of acts will be critical to the effective delivery of significant projects in the territory development areas that will support economic development in the regions. Given their level of commitment, it is essential that processes and assessments relating to local governments can be coordinated and integrated with all other regulatory approvals. Local governments play a key role in assessing the traffic, stormwater, waste, road and other infrastructure impacts on new developments and identify solutions to ensure integration with local infrastructure. These processes form part of the multiple approvals that a significant development would undertake, and therefore it is essential that they are included in the scope of activities that the Territory Coordinator could coordinate in streamlining a project's regulatory approval. Before issuing any requests or notices to a local government council, the Territory Coordinator must consult with that council. Another question is, how will the Territory Coordinator consider and understand local issues when issuing requests and notices? Well, Madam Speaker, the Territory Coordinator's functions include to coordinate the delivery of projects or developments of economic significance and to facilitate collaboration between stakeholders, including proponents, the Territory and local communities. The Territory Coordinator will work with local governments to facilitate faster approvals, cut red tape and ensure that significant projects and territory development areas that benefit local communities are delivered with the expertise brought by people that know their community. By supporting local government in their decision-making processes, communities will see the benefits of investment sooner rather than later. Madam Speaker, when exercising a key power or function under another Act, such as the Local Government Act, the Territory Coordinator must also have regard to the relevant objects, principles or considerations of that Act. This ensures the Minister or Territory Coordinator must consider the financial sustainability implications of decisions to a local government when exercising a power under the Local Government Act. So, Madam Speaker, The Territory Coordinator Bill signals to the world that we are a mature jurisdiction with the capacity and capability to play a major role in the advancement of projects of significance here in the Northern Territory. Once established, the Territory Coordinator will have a unique capacity to set cross-government strategic direction on projects and development areas of significance. The key features of the Territory Coordinator Bill 2025 include the primary principle, which provides an overarching guide for decision-making, the designation of significant projects, programs of work and territory development areas, the declaration of infrastructure coordination areas and the approval of territory development area plans and infrastructure coordination plans, and a suite of requests and notices that the Minister or Territory Coordinator may use to coordinate and streamline complex regulatory processes. Madam Speaker, the bill supports our government's commitment to rebuilding the Northern Territory economy. It's about creating jobs, driving growth and making the Territory a place where significant projects can get off the ground. Madam Speaker, the Northern Territory Government this morning, the Chief Minister released our Rebuilding the Economy Strategy 2025 to 2028. The Territory Coordinator is intended to act as a strategic intermediary between government agencies and project proponents, providing a single touch point across government for complex projects of economic significance. The objective of the Territory Coordinator will strengthen the way important and complex projects and significant private investments are handled here in the Territory by driving strategic coordination and addressing hurdles to development. The Territory Coordinator will fast-track major investments, making it easier for investors to bring big ideas to life, streamline approvals across government, removing roadblocks to economic progress, boost the Territory's competitiveness, attracting large-scale investments to fuel growth and development. Madam Speaker, in developing the approach to the Territory Coordinator, the government has drawn on frameworks from around the country. In closing, Madam Speaker, this also delivers on a recommendation of the Langland report, another report that the Labor government failed to implement. In closing, I do want to thank the Scrutiny Committee for all the work that they've done, all of the staff that have contributed to the design and the construction of the Territory Coordinator Bill. Those efforts are truly remarkable given the amount of work that has gone into this bill. Madam Speaker, this bill goes a long way to achieving the vision of our economic economy, rebuilding the economy strategy 25 to 28. I want the Territory to be the best place in Australia to live, work, visit and invest in. The Territory Coordinator Bill goes a long way to achieving that vision, Madam Speaker, and I commend the bill to the House.